I don't think that anybody said this thing ever, but today guys we're gonna have some fun by playing Yemen in Hearts of Iron 4. But don't worry, we are not playing vanilla. We are playing the mod Focus 3 for Yemen that everybody and their mother's dog played it a couple years ago. The most popular path is the one that allows you to revive the Ottoman Empire as Yemen, which I get it is pretty good and pretty funny. But this mod also adds two more paths, the communist and the non-aligned path, that are also pretty cool and fun, but today we're gonna go on the democratic path. But wait, before you leave, please calm down. I'm not crazy, I'm not gonna play democratic. I am just gonna pretend I am. And I am gonna do a little bit of imperialism, just how the USA did for the last 200 years. Finished the two appeasement focuses and now we can get investment from the UK and France. We just use 30 PP and in 40 days we get a sieve. And the only pre-requirement is that we have fewer than 124 factories. So we can probably spam those. And next up we are gonna elect, in quotation marks, Imam Yahya. Oh, and it also only takes 1 day to set up elections, apparently. 100% democratic, just like that. I asked the Americans to invest, and they actually did. They gave me 3 civvies and 10 oil. I just hope they won't come back in around 70 years to take it back. I've also stopped doing those decisions. I'm gonna bank some political power in order to get a silent workhorse, so I can get more factories more easily. That would have been the smart thing to do from the beginning, but I hit this decision like 3 times. This mod only adds a focus tree for Yemen and that's all, but for some reason it changes the color of France, Yugoslavia and Turkey. And they look very weird on the map. We have become the guardians of democracy, and now it is time for Imperialist Yemen. But before that, I can see that you are not yet subscribed, which is a great sin to bear. So better go subscribe. In the meantime, I'm gonna ramble about my Patreon, that everybody can join for as low as $1, and your name will appear at the end of every video. And if you take the pledge and go up a tier, you will be able to request a challenge or a certain Hearts of Iron 4 scenario that you want me to play once a month. So think about that a bit, you can make me suffer very much. Thanks for listening to me and let's get back to the video now. So, I just joined the Allies. Now it's time to announce the Imperialist regime, and this is basically making me a non-democratic country while being democratic. And that's fucking awesome. Took a little bit of a detour from the political tree to the industrial tree, because this is where we can request aid from the British. We already have pretty high relations with them, and I think the British are almost guaranteed to give you those 3 states and the island almost every time, so there isn't much to worry there. There we go, Imperialist Yemen is back in one piece again. Now let's also request Jamaica and British Honduras, why not? And Mr. Chamberlain will surely give it to us because we are such good friends, aren't we? Just 2 democratic nations doing some good old imperialism together, like we have no care in the world. Just as I thought. Let's now militarize rapidly. I just made our leader a field marshal, and now we have this focus that will make all the countries in the Americas nice and guaranteeless. Guaranteeless? Is that a word? Don't know, don't care. Oh boy, colonize the Americas. Here we go again. You could say we are recolonizing them, because they were colonized and then they became free, and now we are recolonizing. Yeah, that sounds right. Alright, we have a very good plan and a lot of brave soldiers, but we still have this fucking debuff. So before attacking, we are gonna work towards army reforms, so we are not gonna get our ass kicked by fucking Guatemala. I am just about to remove my Yemeni army debuff. I had to click this decision 5 times, costing 20 or 30 PP, I can't remember. And I started the focus to get war goals on all those little, very vulnerable nations. It's gonna be great. We are gonna invade defenseless nations like the good old times. The only one great thing about playing democracy in Hearts of Iron 4, you got the relief of command spirit of the army. This 25% buff is just broken. But anyway, we are here to conquer Central America, so let's do exactly that. Oh yes, going through like butter. All of Central America is now firmly under Yemenis control, well, except for the Panama Canal, but of course it's not, because me and my 409 people are not gonna be able to take down the US so easily. So next up we have to annex Colombia, Venezuela and Ecuador, and that is not gonna be so easy. The UK started decolonizing and there is a pretty big war going on in the Balkans. Other than that, there is pretty much nothing happening. As I said, Colombia is not gonna be so easy. They kind of have the same number of divisions that I do. My naval invasion failed, but one of my divisions landed in this spot and they got encircled and killed. I'm gonna try again, this time only on this port, and I cannot push here. Oh boy, and I gotta say, this compliance buff, together with local autonomy, it makes for a shitload of compliance. I took Panama 2 months ago and it's already at 9%. That is a lot. I did manage to push a little bit, but the supply was just horrible until my naval invasion landed and now we have a port. Colombia is down. Next up on the chopping block, it's gonna be Ecuador. Okay, that was over in 5 days. And the last stop is gonna be Venezuela. They do have quite a big army, but is it any good? And with Venezuela down, our little conquest of the Americas comes to an end. And we can core all the territory that we got. And we are now the Central American Yemen Union. Never once in my entire life I thought I will be able to core Central America as Yemen. It's a little bit of a shame that you cannot expand your little union to maybe get the entirety of the Americas, but you got a pretty powerful country. We got 22.7 million core population and 114 factories, which is pretty goddamn good. Oh, and it looks like this focus is a little broken. We got cores on those two Venezuelan states, but not on Zulia, which has the biggest population, and we also don't core Jamaica. But although you are democratic and in the allies, you could do quite a bit of conquering by going for fascist or communist nation next. You still also have the possibility to unite Arabia if you want, and you could also just change your ideology because you still have the advisors. Frankly, this is gonna take a while if you do it through the referendum and not the civil war, because you are 100% democracy. But you could do a lot of mimi stuff from here. But I am not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna try conquer Mexico if it is possible, and if not, I'm just gonna try helping the UK in any wars that they will eventually enter in. Oh wait, they are actually going communist. That's interesting. I guess I'm gonna help them with Free India first. Oh, I can't. Well, it's fine, they are winning anyway. Back to Mexico, boys. Just imagine being a Central American Yemeni soldier and you get sent all the way to India, half a planet away. Then as soon as you set foot on the Indian subcontinent, you just get sent back to Mexico. I would have just left the army. Well, boys, I have bad news. I need 50% world tension in order to do anything. And when I was trying to get to India, the world tension was at 30-something%, now it's 16, it's going down. I was hoping that the Italians would be enough to stir things around, but they somehow actually joined the Allies. So we are just like a big happy family now, and nothing is going on in the world. And I literally cannot do anything. Come on, Germany, please. Don't you want to get revenge on the French? Isn't that on your bucket list or something? Not even a full minute after I close the recording, Japan declares war on France. So we're gonna get Japan. Japan is not even the major, it's communist China, and they are looking like this. Oh, and Manchukuo is going at it. Oh, sorry, the Imperial Quantum Territories. Oh boy, I will have to get communist China before Yellow China capitulates to the other Chinas. Oh, Austria-Hungary is a thing, and Germany just stole Italy from us, and this is a pretty big Central Power faction, and they also got attacked by Japan for some reason. Okay, I just took Yan'an, and I just took Communist China. It is now rightfully Yemenese territory, this random piece of land inside of China. Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna land here, like, ever. Okay, China joined Japan. It happens that I had a lot of divisions in China, so we are already here. Don't think this is gonna be a fight. Okay, this is when the world explodes. The Soviets are in the Japanese faction, and they just declared war on Poland, who was in the Central Powers. So this is gonna be interesting. Well, this is a big goddamn Poland. And Italy declared war on Romania, which is communist, and Romania joined the Allies somehow, so now we are at war with the Germans. Shocking, I know. Well, I say we, but I am not at war with them yet. Only my allies are. So I am just gonna chill and invade Japan. My naval invasions are ready, but the British Navy has left, and apparently 66 of my ships are not enough to get superiority on around 12 Japanese ships, so I cannot invade. I'm actually gonna cancel this one, because putting 24 of my divisions on an island was pretty stupid, and I'm gonna try to invade with this army, because the Japanese only have one ship here, and I hope it remains that way. They have put the navy back, and they have also put more navy everywhere. Only once in my entire Hearts of Iron 4 career I need the UK navy, and it's nowhere to be seen. Yeah. I got so carried away and zoned out, waiting for my ships to build to get superiority in the Sea of Japan, that I forgot to record the actual invasion of Japan. But it was very easy, the Japanese troops were not home, the peace deal happened, and I took all of China and Japan for myself, and in the meantime the Germans actually capitulated the UK, and they took almost everything. And this is how the Central Powers look. I am the only survivor of the Allies because I did not fight in the war, so I inherited the faction. So yeah, this is gonna be the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you for watching this far, and I also want to thank my Patreons for supporting me every month, Flossie and Tommy Lea1. Don't forget that you can join them as low as $1, and try this mod, is in the description. Bye bye!